Hey there, and welcome back to the EmpowerHer Business Accelerator Podcast. I'm your host, Phillipa Channer, and today we're continuing our March series on marketing channels. In this episode, we're diving into critical aspects of marketing, how to measure the ROI, or the return on investment, of your marketing channels. It's not enough to just invest time and money into marketing. You need to know what's working and what's not to maximize your impact. And so before we dive in, I just want to share something exciting with you. The EmpowerHer program is now available as a brand new self-paced email-based version. This flexible format is perfect for busy female entrepreneurs looking to level up their marketing strategy on their own schedule. You'll get all the same great tools, templates, and insights delivered in a way that works for your life. Check out the link in the show notes for all the details and to sign up today. And now let's talk about how to track and measure the ROI of your marketing channels. So first off, let's start with why this even matters. Understanding the ROI of your marketing channels helps you make informed decisions about where to allocate your resources. So by measuring your ROI, you can do three things. You can first identify high-performing channels. Focus on what's working and stop wasting resource on what isn't working for you. You can, 2, justify your marketing budget. Demonstrate the value of your efforts and show how they contribute to your business's bottom line. And then 3, you can optimize for growth. You're going to use the data to fine-tune your strategy and maximize your results. So we've got, of course, some steps for you to measure your marketing ROI. First thing you want to do is define your goals and metrics. We've talked about this many times. There's a whole month of content worth of defining your goals and your metrics. So what this is clearly outline what you want to achieve with your marketing efforts, such as increasing revenue, generating leads, or building brand awareness. An example of this is if your goal is to drive sales, you're going to track revenue generated from each channel. If your goal is brand awareness, you're going to focus on engagement metrics like reach and impressions. So what you want to do is write down your specific measurable goal for each marketing channel so you know what your goals are. So first off, we're just defining our goals. The next step is to calculate ROI for each channel. What this is using a simple formula to calculate ROI. So revenue from channel minus the cost of the channel plus the cost of the channel times 100. So if you're listening to the podcast, make sure that you check out the actual post so you can see this in action. But an example of this is if you spend $1,000 on Facebook ads and you generate $5,000 in sale, your ROI is 400%. So if you're not good with math, I totally understand. I'm not good with math either. I need to see it to understand it. So hopefully when you get the visuals, you can break it down and understand it better. But you're going to basically go through this process of looking at each channel, seeing how much money you're generating from each channel. And if you have a service-based business and you aren't sure, make sure that in your onboarding process with all of your clients, you're asking them how they found out about you. So if they mention, I found you on Facebook, or if I found you on your website, it gives you a better idea of what channel is effective. So somebody you met at a networking event and they signed up for your services. Let's say, let's look at how much money you pay to be a part of that organization. If there's a cost to that, how much money did you spend on food at that meeting that you attended, if you spent any money on food? So those are the costs that you put into it. And then how much money is the value of the client that just signed up based on the service that they signed up for, how much money you're getting for that. And then you can use those numbers and those figures to do the math. All right, so you want to review your expenses and revenue for each channel regularly to track your ROI on each channel. So the third step is to use analytic tools. Basically, you're going to leverage tools like Google Analytics, your social media insights, or email marketing dashboard to track performance. So an example is using Google Analytics to see which platforms are driving traffic to your website and converting leads into customers. So you want to familiarize yourself with the analytic tools available on each of the platform that you use so you can understand just how to interpret the data that it's giving you and how you can apply it to make informed decisions. All right, then fourth step that you want to do is track the customer journey. The customer journey is so important. So you understand how customers move through your sales funnel and which channels influencing their decisions at each stage. So an example of this is if a customer first learns about your brand on Instagram, they then sign up for your email list, and then they make a purchase through your website. you want to track each touch point to see which channels contributed to that sale. So you want to be able to make sure that you have your analytics set up where you can follow that client through that journey, and making sure that, each of those channels are optimized in the best way, and see which ones, possibly are making the most impact. So if you have the data set up and they're not getting to the sale, you're realizing you're not getting any sales, you should be able to track what step are they getting, or are they being held up on? What step is not performing the way it should to get them to the next step? So what channel is not performing to get them to the next step in the process? And so you want to track your customer journey and see where things are maybe holding things up. So map out your customer journey, identify the role that each channel plays in their journey to getting to the purchase. ROI isn't just about immediate returns. You want to consider the long-term value of a customer, especially for channels like content marketing and SEO that take time to show results. So an example of this is if a blog post consistently drives traffic and leads over a year, its ROI may increase significantly over time. So you want to set yourself up some timelines for evaluating ROI, considering both short-term and long-term impact. I love to do quarterly evaluations. So every quarter I have a strategic planning day where this is part of my process. I'm reviewing my channels, seeing how things are performing. And then at the end of the year, I kind of take all the data for the year from each quarter and have a big picture. So I'm kind of making short-term evaluations alongside a long-term vision and goals. So some of the common pitfalls you want to avoid along the process is, one, you don't want to focus only on revenue. Remember that not all ROI is financial. Brand awareness, customer engagement, and loyalty are also, very important and contribute to your business success. You want to avoid ignoring indirect impact. So some channels like social media may not directly drive sales, but they still play a crucial role in building relationship and trust. And so don't, ignore a channel just because it's not really making the sales. It could be doing other things for your business that are just as equally important. And also you want to avoid overlooking cost. Factor in both the direct costs like ad spend and indirect costs like the time you're spending on managing campaigns when calculating your ROI. So if you spend 4 hours a week really investing into managing and monitoring and reiterating your campaigns, that's 4 hours of your time. So that should be added into the overall cost as well. And so measuring the ROI of your marketing channels, it's essential for making data-driven decisions and ensuring that your efforts align with your business goals. So by defining your metrics, using analytic tools, and tracking the customer journey, you're going to be able to optimize your strategy and maximize your impact. So thanks for joining me today. Next week, we're going to discuss how to adapt your marketing channel for changing trends, an important topic to help you stay ahead in a fast-moving digital world. Everything is changing so much, like channels dropping, channels adding, features changing. It's a lot. And if you're not focused, like I can't tell you how many times I've actually learned about a different social media tool from one of my clients because I haven't been engaging enough on certain platforms that I didn't even know that certain platforms either dropped features or added features. And so it's always changing. So we want to make sure that we learn how to adapt your marketing channels as things change. So remember, the EmpowerHer program is here to support you. I would love to get you into the new email-based self-paced program. So please hit me up if that is something you're interested in. Schedule an appointment with me. I can show you a little bit behind the scenes of what that program is and how it's run so you know what to expect. And of course, the details for that is all in the show notes. So until next time, keep shining. And remember, understanding your ROI is key to making your marketing efforts work smarter, not harder.